In our first week together, she completed her first design project after a 2 year gap. And by week 3, something even more magical happened. She was no longer starting and stopping. She became unstoppable and consistent in her action taking. Let me tell you what changed for Sangeeta. When she first came to me, she wasn't incapable or lazy. She was not even unmotivated. What she was is anxious. So she was constantly second guessing herself, her results, and her actions. She would start online courses, feel excited, and within a few weeks, she'd stall, overthink, and get stuck. And then she would quietly give up. This pattern showed up in her design, not for lack of skill. It was anxiety turning into indecision, and indecision turning into inaction. She did not need more information. She needed a way to pause and notice and interrupt the internal spiral in real time. In the first week inside the Dream Builder program with me, she completed her first design project after a 2 year gap. So that was the first visible shift. But finishing one project is not the same as changing a whole pattern. But by week 3, the deeper shift had stabilized. She learned how to notice when her thinking became anxious and unhelpful. And in that moment of noticing, instead of spiraling, she used the tools that she had learned. She used her breath. She regulated herself in the moment, and that allowed her to complete instead of quitting. That's how consistency began. She intentionally chose one course and started working on it and completing assignments regularly. She continued creating new projects and she rebuilt her entire portfolio. She began reaching out and offering her services confidently. The confidence did not magically appear at first. Action came first. And the consistent action that changed how she saw herself. It changed her from within. When you learn to regulate anxiety instead of obeying it or controlling it, action becomes possible and your confidence has no option but to follow.